Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video from Tinfoil Hat Advised. So in today's video, we're going to start by looking at the timeline of when coronavirus started and kind of what happened with China alerting the World Health Organization, who from now on will be referred to as the WHO, partly because I find it funny and partly because it's quicker. So when did China first notify the WHO and kind of what happened from there as a brief timeline. And then we're going to look at what's happened with China since and what they've done to make themselves potentially moving forward the world leading superpower in all aspects, but specifically what they've done to take themselves forward in terms of being a world leading superpower for health. Now, there are bigger conspiracies that are going to relate to this video, such as, does that mean potentially that coronavirus was leaked intentionally by the Chinese? Did it even start in China, or are they just capitalizing on it? Many other questions that get raised by this video as other conspiracies that kind of are spin-offs of the conspiracy of China utilizing this situation to become a world-leading superpower and get ahead of Russia and America as the world's leading massive powerhouse. But that's not to be gone through today. Today we are specifically going to look at this one thing of what they've done to move themselves forward in terms of medical health. We will look at the other aspects in other videos, and that is all to come in the weeks to follow. So, on the 31st of December 2019, China took the step to notify the World Health Organization that they had dozens of pneumonia-like cases in Wuhan. Then, on the 1st of January 2020, the CDC, the American-based CDC, identified the possible infection area was from a seafood market in Wuhan. Now, obviously, the interesting thing about this is the first place where they went and said it was from originally was a seafood market. Yet we've been told repeatedly it came from a bat now. Now, we are going to look at this in another video, but it's just an interesting one to think about. Doesn't quite add up. By the 7th of January, China had confirmed its first death from coronavirus. The virus then quickly spread across Asia, hitting Thailand, Korea, and Japan before landing up in the States on the 21st of January. Weirdly, on the 21st of January, globally, there was still no checks being done on flights from Wuhan. Now that means, and I genuinely mean, no countries at that point were stopping and checking people for symptoms, for symptoms from the flights from Wuhan. It took until the 22nd of January for countries to actually take action on this. Once it had been announced that it had got to America was when the Western world started taking it seriously. Up until then, it had been basically ignored by pretty much everyone, including the World Health Organization. Now that is really worrying, and it does ask the question, was it allowed to spread on purpose? Even with this, it took China until the 23rd of January to lock down Wuhan, and that is another huge wait time from when they first themselves identified there was a potential problem to actually stepping forward to look at dealing with it. So by the 23rd of January, it is well established that this is now an international pandemic. It has spread across multiple countries and is clearly spreading on an international scale. The weirdest thing about this is the World Health Organization on the 23rd of January, after the US had confirmed its first confirmed cases, put out a statement saying it was categorically not a World Health emergency. Now that's really worrying and really weird, and we're going to look into it in a bit more detail shortly. On the 24th of January, France then became the next victim with 2 confirmed cases. After that, pretty much day by day, every other country started to fall. So let's look at that again, just in brief review. We've reached the 24th of January, almost a full month since the World Health Organization was first notified, and they have still done nothing at this point. A month has gone past, and the World Health Organization, the organization all countries look to lead them and advise them on what to do to keep their people healthy, was adamant at this stage it was still nothing to worry about. Now that's really concerning. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I would please ask that you like, share and subscribe, and the key bit here is that if you're already liked and subscribed, that you please share. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I don't mind if you share it to your Facebook and say, look at this idiot, he's completely wrong, yada yada yada. Please just share the video, because that is what gets the channel growing, and we'll get more people involved and we can get more conspiracies done, and it makes me happy the more people watch.